So one of the areas that the Browns need, in addition to that wide receiver on offense, they need improved play from the quarterback position. Mike Florio, Chris Sims, talking about Baker Mayfield and the expectations for this year from Pro Football Talk. Take a listen.
And yeah, Baker Mayfield, again, there was some injuries this year. He's not a real big guy either. So I would, if I'm them, I certainly would want to protect myself that way. And really, with Baker, they got to continue to grow too. Baker, he was banged up. It was a tough year. We've talked about some of my concerns or the things as far as, the offensive passing game being a little bit, lacking imagination. And then they need a difference maker, a receiver, period. They need somebody that can make a defense go, whoa, wait, we got to do this, we got to do that. And those are things they need to do to help Baker Mayfield this offseason too.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that they take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And they just, and this is the year that the expectations will be lower. They were sky high last year. I think somebody on the show had them go to the Super Bowl.
I picked them to go to the Super Bowl against the Rams.
And it was justifiable.
I picked them to play the Rams.
But it wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy.
Right.
But they dipped. And now the expectations are going to be low, especially with the Bengals and the Ravens. And this is their year to overachieve. But if Baker doesn't do it this year, he's done. It's over. Kaput. This is it. It's up or out for Baker, Chris.
Yeah, agreed. And he's got to grow as a player. He's got to be a little more consistent, like mechanics. We broke that down during the year. I think we'd both like to see him, continue to grow a little bit as far as standing behind the podium and acting correctly and not worried about what every person in the world says.
And Mac, Florio makes a really good point. 5th year, it's this year. And you know what? Baker Mayfield knows that.
Yeah, and that's why, for everybody that's freaking out about, could they should let him go already, go ahead, wait. Look, I think when it comes to Baker Mayfield, this is the cleanest way to go about it. It's put up or shut up time for Baker. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, guess what? His contract is out next year anyway. You don't have to pay him anything. So, I realistically think that, this is the year that, yes, you're going to get answers. And so at the end of the day, I think that getting those answers, I think that it will be a improvement for the team regardless, because I think that you either know what you have in Baker Mayfield or you know that you're going to be moving on. So regardless, you're going to have answers. I don't think it will be necessarily an improvement, but I think there will be at least more questions that are answered compared to last season. And, next year, depending on if Baker plays well, at worst, you can go ahead, give him the franchise tag and go from there. So, I realistically think that this is the best option for the team at this point. And at the same time, too, you also still have the other options that you can add in. And, what Chris Sims said at the beginning there also, I think is spot on because, again, I think that this offense had gotten so predictable by the end of the season where, again, you expected a lot of the runs from Nick Chubb. You saw it against Baltimore where, quite frankly, they were loading the box up time in and time out. I think that, for the Browns, they have to evolve as an offense and they need to be able to realistically threaten you. And that's where I think the vertical passing game can open that up for you a little bit, open up some more runs for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt like you saw in 2020. But they quite frankly just didn't have that offensive threat at wide receiver. And look, I know Jarvis Landry has played well, but those injuries really did hamper him. And it's not like you get any younger as you go on in your career and you get less injured throughout your career. So that's why I have concerns with that and going after some of these guys in the draft, going after somebody in free agency like an Amari Cooper. I think that's why I'm looking at this offense and thinking something has to be done to where defenses have to respect the big play possibility of your team and not just be able to load the box up against Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.